Hello guys, good morning. It is bright and early. Well, it's bright and early for a day that I have off. It's not really that early. It's 10:20. And I needed to run by Target, and I know. Oh, you need to run by Target. I can hear it already. However, I am going to visit my old colleague tomorrow, and I needed to get her a little something for Christmas. And I figured, she just moved, so these people have no patience. I figured one of the best things to get someone that just moved in to a new place is a good old gift card from Target. So I got her a gift card so she can spend that on whatever it is that she needs or wants. And then I got a really pretty Christmas card for her. The Christmas card that I got, I'm sure you guys do the same thing. I always buy the papyrus cards. Papyrus makes the best cards. I think that they're so awesome. To me, papyrus cards are kind of like keepsakes. Their cards are so pretty and well designed that I always feel like you can save them, put them on a shelf. Like, they're just nice to look at. I know a lot of people don't save Christmas cards unless it's from, like a parent or a grandparent or something. But I always think that their cards look really nice. And so when I need to buy a card, I try to get a papyrus one. So I know that they're a little pricier than, like the 99-cent card or the other cards that they have. But I always kind of look at it as something that is nice to receive. So, and I ended up coming to a Target that is usually not very busy, and I'm glad that I went a little out of the way, because that Target, considering the time of year, this is kind of like the last rush for people to buy gifts and cards and whatever else they need. That Target was not busy at all, so I felt good with my decision to go out of my way. So I have a couple more things I need to take care of. I'm really excited to see my colleague tomorrow. She is definitely the best thing that came out of that job. We definitely got each other through some tough times just by talking, and I don't know. We have a really cool relationship, and you guys know my circle is small, so she's definitely one that I treasure, and I'm so excited to see her tomorrow. I also ended up getting some Red Bull. I am probably going to have to go to the grocery store maybe tomorrow after I go visit her, because I have no clue what we're going to have for dinner on Christmas. I know a lot of people, have their whole menu planned out, and it's always like turkey, ham, kind of all this stuff, like same for Thanksgiving. But usually for Christmas, we make it a habit of, we used to have it delivered, but another option is also to support local businesses. So we just do like really good steak, like steaks that we usually wouldn't buy other times of the year just because it's expensive. But just to have a really good steak and do that's kind of what we've been doing as of lately. So I don't know, maybe I'll make my way over to the butcher tomorrow. I know so many people, get into their New Year's resolutions this time of year. I think I've talked about this before, but since it's that time of year, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. I don't do New Year's resolutions, and that's not to say if you do that you're wrong and I'm right. That's, personal preference. But the way that I look at resolutions is if there's something that you want to do, let's just say you want to, because I know a lot of times resolutions are like health related, like I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to start working out. If you want to do that, you can do that on a Tuesday in June, or you can do that on January 1st. It doesn't matter what the date is. What matters is the intent and the willpower to make the change. And I want to talk about quitting smoking, because this is something that obviously I have some experience with, but I also have some other opinions about it. So let me, we'll keep the conversation going. 1 second. When it comes to smoking, let's talk about that, because obviously you guys know that there was a period of time where I was a smoker, and I also know that it's a very typical New Year's resolution to want to quit smoking. What I learned, because I went through that for a few years, where I was like, oh, January 1st, I'm going to quit. Next year, I'm going to quit. But what I realized is that I was just giving myself an extension on something that I wasn't going to follow through with, because I wasn't ready to quit. I was not ready to have cigarettes not be a part of my life, because I enjoyed smoking, point blank period. I enjoyed going out for my morning cigarette and having my energy drink and utilizing smoking as a way to break up the day and have an excuse to go outside. There was nothing better for me than back when I was taking Metro full time. I would get on the bus, get on the train, and then finally when I made it to my office, where the Metro stop was that was close to my office, having that cigarette outside the Metro station, once I got to my destination, was the best way to start my morning. And I guess if you haven't smoked, then you won't know what I'm talking about, but it was just such a good way to start the day. I had my energy drink that I hadn't opened, because you're not supposed to have open beverages on the bus or on the train, so I would just keep it in my bag. And I would crack it open and have my cigarette, and during the day, that was the best way to break up the day, especially when it was nice outside. Once like mid to late May would roll around, and by 11 a.m. it was 80 degrees and the sun was out, and I would just go out on the loading dock and have a smoke, or walk around the block, but I did go through that for a few years, where it was my boyfriend and I saying, okay, well, we'll quit January 1st, we'll quit whatever. And it's really hard when you're talking about two people quitting too, because typically there's an enabler. I was the enabler. So he would try his best to stop, and then I would have a hard day and I'd be smoking outside when he gets home from work, and then he would smoke too, because there's cigarettes in the house, So it was a really hard cycle to break. But what I recognized was that just putting an end date on it was only giving myself an extension. It was not giving me the motivation to say, okay, this is really it this time. because I didn't want to quit. And, you know, something that really helped us, if you are a smoker and you're looking to quit, two things that helped us, one a lot more than the other. First one was we tried nicotine gum, but the problem with nicotine gum, it doesn't fulfill that physical motion of smoking. So what we ended up doing is we started with blue cigs. Do you guys remember those? That was kind of like one of the first e-cigs that was widely available. And they used to sell the pods in Walgreens, I forget where else, maybe 7-Eleven. They were very expensive, but it got us off of cigarettes because that fulfilled that motion that smoking did. So anyway, that was a really odd conversation to have out of nowhere, but if you have a resolution, you know, by all means, try. But if you have the same resolution and you try January 1st every year, why don't you give yourself a little bit of grace and try to incorporate the tools that you need, and don't pick January 1st as a date. Do it when you have those tools in place and you're actually ready to give it another go. You know, I feel like people are so hard on themselves to do this, do that, when they're not in the mindset and they don't have the tools to, you know, get on with whatever this goal is. That's one of the things I always wanted my mom to do, was to quit smoking. You know, I even took her years ago. I remember I took her to the vape shop, and she, you know, just kind of like put it off, and she acted like she wanted to, but she didn't want to. And I realized that when you're a lifelong smoker, it's really hard to give it up. You know, at that point, she would have been like in her late 50s, because this was a few years ago, several years ago, actually. So I do understand that it's tough to quit at a certain point. But man, if you can actually do it, the reward is such an amazing feeling. We all need tools to make certain things happen. I know a lot of people can do things cold turkey, and that's awesome for you. But there's also nothing wrong with needing a little bit of help. And I really do wish that, I just wish that she could have at least tried. You know, she wouldn't even like buy the vape to like give it an effort. And I know for a fact that her smoking, and other lifestyle issues as well, deeply impacted her health in a really, really bad way. So either way, I'm thinking about getting another ear piercing maybe in a little while. I want to get one more on my right ear, just to kind of help even things out. I feel like, you know, my left ear is kind of full. All right, guys, so I am just about done. I'm going to make my way home. Have a couple things to do around the house today and get some videos done, hopefully. So Anyway, hopefully you guys are good. I know that this was a little bit of a shorter video and super random, but sometimes I just want to talk about what's on my mind, and hopefully you guys are good with it. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.